I think also in Dubai, there's also this element of branding of areas, right?
Yes.
There are some areas where it just sounds more attractive, sexier, because your cousin's uncle mentioned it once, and that also sometimes lead to people kind of moving across different areas and investing in different areas. And I think you mentioned earlier JVC was one of them, right? Like everyone talks about JVC, the brand speaks for itself. I think you probably feel the same, but I don't want to speak on your behalf. But for me, I think the era of JVC off plan is over. Personally, I think that that is where when we look at demand and supply, there's going to be a huge imbalance there. In spite of the infrastructural improvements that has been invested in there as well. And that's why for me, I had a JVC off plan. Not a great developer, not gonna name who, but I just exited as fast as I can to an end user who would live there. So I feel better about myself. But I think generally, I think there are definitely other areas in Dubai for apartments where, I think the growth prospect is a lot higher than JVC, because I think it's really maximized its maturity. In my opinion. What do you think?
I actually agree with most of what you said. And JVC, I think it's a little overpriced. Some projects are a little overpriced. You still have some gems hidden in there, right?
Yeah.
You have these new developers who've come in and they're kind of doing things differently. Because up to a few years ago, JVC was in demand because of the price. It was at a really good...
It was cheaper than Marina. So that was the next step of people going.
The quality was good. It was better than some buildings that we call luxury as well. And then we just saw this wave of new developers coming in, and they just wanted to knock those buildings out. Right? And they saw that opportunity as a gold mine, and they just wanted to pull out as much as they can. That kind of inflated the price suddenly, all of a sudden. Where you were looking at prices around 1100 dirhams, 900 to 1100 dirhams per square feet. Suddenly you see these rates at 1700 dirhams per square feet, 1600, 1800 dirhams per square feet. I would rather pay that much living closer to Dubai rather than paying this all the way 100%. There. Like going back to Jeddah, I would pay 1800, 1600 dirhams in Jeddah rather than paying that much in JVC.
True.
Yes, JVC kind of also attracted a lot of people to live there because of the name and because of how flattering it sounded. As you said, like my cousin's uncle mentioned it, that. But at the moment, I think it has kind of slowed down. I wouldn't say it's stopped. The JVC era hasn't stopped. I think the infrastructure additions and the improvements will definitely affect the sales and the prices and the attraction points of JVC.
Correct.
But till it has happened, we have to be very careful and very cautious before investing in JVC again. There still are, look, if you notice, you go look at any of my content, I don't really market a lot of JVC products, you know what I mean? And the reason being is I'm actually like that about every single product that I market or talk about, or any project that I talk about. I do my research, and that Indian side of me kicks in where I compare it with 10 other projects around the area, and then I finalize on it. All right, this is what I'm going to push. JVC, I think there was one project I pushed some time back because it has had an exclusive point, but I don't see anything else right now. There's probably like 3 projects that I really like in JVC, I don't want to mention the developers or the projects, but 2 of them are low rise, and one of them is going to come up also. It's about to be launched. It's also a low rise, very luxurious for the price. And you still have opportunities where you have big spacious apartments in JVC. The newer launches, not so much.
No, new launches.
Very few of them, you have your 1 bedrooms that are at 800, 900 square feet. That is worth looking at. You know what I mean? Whether you invest in it to flip, or whether you invest in it to live in, or whether you invest in it even to just rent out. It's still a very good investment. Space is always going to be king.
I agree. I think there's a lot of micro apartments these days, even by reputable developers. It's a bit of, maybe that's how the country is evolving, or the real estate is evolving, because of, you know, just prime area size constraints, unit economics and things like that. But we'll see how that goes.